All right, and the night continues, the endless no electric night. But they're making hell of progress out there. I gotta say that. They're making hell of a progress. Bet you didn't even think I could sit on the floor like this, did you? Oh, yeah. More flexible than you think I am. Anyway, I just wanted to mention some bizarre things I saw in the gym this week. Let's see here. Hang on. Let me fix this. Let me do a little Jerry Ward shuffle with the camera angle. It's still no better, Jerry. I don't know. I'm doing something wrong. I do a lot of things wrong. But anyway, let me take these fuckers off. I don't want to see how old I'm looking. All the fucking wrinkles. Yeah, I'm in kind of an odd mood tonight. I'm out of sorts. You could say. And I appreciate you guys keeping me company and not hassling me for making a couple lame videos tonight in the dark by myself, bored shitless. Of course, the animals are here. But, yeah, so let me ask you guys this. Have you ever seen this in the gym? And what do you do about it? What can you say about it? I mean, yeah, I'm sure initially you're going to say, yeah, you got to say something to that motherfucker. But when you really think about it, how can you say it without coming off aggressive or, I don't know. I was in a gym. I was in Gold's, right? Gold's, it occurs to me, seems to be going downhill lately. Not lately, past year. Like I said, maybe in a different video, a lot of the bigger guys that were coming in there, and there were some monsters when I first joined that gym. Some of these guys, man, they're not coming in anymore. We're still there, but some of those dudes aren't there anymore. I don't see them in there. So, and of course, Dan he's exiled from Gold's. But I saw a guy now in the gym, and this was like two guys and a girl that I guess they either just joined or they got a week pass or whatever it is. They're in the gym, and now I don't know. There could be great people. Who knows? It's irrelevant to this point. But the one guy, he's walking around with a pair of sweatpants on. And I wasn't purposely man watching, but they were in the same proximity as myself, near a machine I was using at that moment. And the guy's got both his hands stuffed down the front of his sweatpants. He's got a gray pair of generic sweatpants on, both hands down the front of his sweatpants. Constantly, at least always one hand in his sweatpants. Looks like he's cradling his fucking balls. Sometimes both his hands in his sweatpants, just standing there, with these other two people, while they take turns on a machine. So, the dude is playing with himself, basically, or he may as well be, or he might have been, but he was in too close relation to his fucking privates. And then taking his hands out of his sweats and using whatever machine he's using or touching whatever piece of equipment he's touching or whatever he's doing. And then in between sets, he's got his hands back on his nuts again like he thinks somebody's going to take them away from him. So I'm thinking to myself, it's pretty inconsiderate to say the least. Actually, it's kind of disgusting. Now, gyms are notoriously filthy, germ-laden places, obviously, because people go to the bathroom. You don't know what they do or don't do in the bathroom, if they wash their hands or they do not wash their hands. Then they come out and they touch equipment. And now you see people, they clean off. Is that electric coming back on? Jesus, criminies, don't tell me that. Amazing, I think I have electric back on. Man, those motherfuckers are good. That was a lot of work if you'd have seen that fucking mess. Been hours, but it's fast. Anyway, let me just finish this since I got started on it, and then I'll see if I can post some shit. Yeah, I got power back. Awesome. So there won't be any more lame videos after this one tonight. So, yeah, you don't know what they're doing in the bathroom. Wash your hands, don't wash your hands. And, of course, when they come out and touch things, people do take towelettes, right, and spray them with alcohol. That's pretty much what they use at Gold, is some kind of mix with alcohol in it. And they wipe down the equipment and all that, which is awesome. But no one wipes off the dumbbells. No one wipes off a barbell. No one wipes off the places where you're going to put your fucking dick beaters, or some poor female's going to come along and have to grab something after some guy who's been rubbing his ass, his nuts, every other fucking thing is grabbing it too, coughing in his hand, whatever he's sneezing in his hand, whatever he's been doing, right? So, moral of that story is when you're in the gym, take nothing for granted. Everything's filthy, everything's germ laden. Make sure when you're finished training, wash your fucking hands. Always wash your hands. Don't go out and get in your car, touch your steering wheel. Don't do any of that. Wash your motherfucking hands, bro. I'm telling you, wash your hands before you leave the gym. When you're finished touching everything there, wash your hands. And then, before you carry any other filth out into your own vehicle. Or God forbid, you end up scratching your eye or anything and spreading this shit around. Or getting something to eat. Wash your hands before you leave that gym, before you go get in your car and grab your steering wheel. Because everybody's germs in there are all intermingled together. It's a soup of filth. It is what it is. But for a guy to walk around with his hands in his sweatpants, holding his balls, and then pull his hand out and go right onto a machine, that's... Okay, so I had to bite my tongue because if I go to say something, it always comes out wrong. Now, because first problem is, in my opinion, there's no wrong way to approach somebody and say something about they're wrong all the way, wrong from A to Z. For one thing, if a woman's in there, especially older people that come to the gym that I see in the gym, I give them all the respect in the world for being out there doing their thing. If they observe that, are they going to come back? Do they want to stay there? No. And we're not the ones keeping that gym open. It's all the other regular people. They're the ones that are in great vast numbers. It's not that many of us. They're in vast numbers keeping that gym open. They have to keep those people happy. Just people don't want to work around that and be around that atmosphere. They can go to another gym. They don't want to be around that. And I don't blame them. It's off-putting. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to knock this ball over into the court of the assistant manager who happened to be on duty and was at that moment, running the show at the gym. And she's a very attractive, petite young lady. Very nice, friendly young lady. So I went over and talked to her. Now, how do I explain to her the situation, right? I can't just go up and say, hey, this dude's fondling his nuts, and then, not to this young lady. I have to have some kind of decorum. But I managed to get it across and explain it to her. She thought it was disgusting, of course, and she said, when I see it, next time they're in here, I will approach them and say something to them about it. I won't allow that to continue. So, but I'm just curious. Anybody ever see anything like this? What the fuck goes through people's heads? You ever see anybody do anything like this in the gym? It's really disgusting. Anyway, let me go enjoy this electricity. Catch you guys in a little bit. Maybe with something a little more relevant.